SoFi Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI, just released earnings late last night, and because of that, the stock today jumped up almost 10% at highs, and we also have new price target upgrades. Now, the stock right now, this is the past 180 days, as you can see, we're on the lower end of this. We're only trading around $7.50, but with these price target upgrades, plus a very strong outlook for the company, and some publicity in the overall market with marketing towards Taylor Swift and football, this stock has a lot more room to run. So let's first talk about the stock itself. Right now, we are trading around $7.50. As we pull a little bit closer here, you can see the stock popped last night to $7.88 before pulling back hard to $6.68. Now, if we do go over some of the numbers here, SoFi posted a third quarter adjusted loss of 3 cents a share, which beats what the estimates were expecting on Wall Street of 8 cents per share loss. So we're talking about a loss here. So they lost 3 cents a share on their earnings per share, but the estimates were losing 8 cents a share. So technically, it is actually cutting their losses. There's less of a loss than what Wall Street was expecting. And their adjusted net revenue was $530 million, above the expected amount of $511 million, which is actually it's a nice upgrade for them, okay? Now, when we do talk about SoFi, SoFi is, from Google's terms, is an American online personal finance company, an online bank based out of the San Fran area, provides financial products including student loan refinancing, mortgages, personal loans, credit cards, investing, yada, yada, yada. But in this article is pretty interesting here. With a market capitalization of only $6.6 billion, SoFi is dwarfed by companies like JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo that are looking at market caps of $409 billion, $208 billion, $145 billion. Like, this is such a small company, but it's getting so much publicity around the name SoFi. And if we kind of scroll down further into this article here, we can see that SoFi was talking about how celebrities such as Taylor Swift and how they are going to be using the primetime hosting of football games and concerts will really ramp up some of SoFi's recognition, right? So the SoFi's 2019 purchase of naming rights to SoFi Stadium in LA for the LA Rams, they got the SoFi Stadium name, and then also on top of that, the CEO Andrew Noto was talking about that we benefit from things like Taylor Swift's series of concerts and her filming the documentary and the movie they released at the stadium. So they're looking to actually gain a lot of publicity from a lot of these other either influencers or like just different marketing techniques as a whole. Some of their competitors include Lending Club, Rocket, Upstart, which Upstart's a very popular one. But all in all, the SoFi is a very talked about name. It's also always trending on FinViz and on Wall Street Bets. But the stock here today is up 8% of the day, and actually is a big move and is continuing to move right now, and actually looks like it has a potential to break out pretty good at this 750 area. Yeah, we're actually testing this 750 area right now as we speak. So obviously this is a nice stock to trade, but also I think it's a good investment, especially at the prices we're at right now. Let's pull up some numbers here to kind of just see what we're looking at. Like I talked about, we're looking at the numbers of what they beat on earnings per share and also on sales estimate. But scrolling up here a little bit further, they do look to raise revenue outlooks for quarter 4 profit, which is a good thing. Obviously, like I said, they posted a higher quarter 3 revenue. So we're looking at good numbers here. The stock did pop and then pulled back hard. But we scroll up to the top a little bit closer. Raising price targets here, $14 price target. This one was lowered to $14. The Morgan Stanley announced a $7 price target, so price targets are a little all over the place here, but as a whole, we're looking at this thing, I think, can go back up to the double digits, okay? I know that isn't anything crazy for a lot of traders here, but for the way that the stock has been trading and for what the publicity around SoFi has been as of recent, there's a lot more room to run for this thing. Just looking at the past 180 days here, you can see we're looking at highs at around 1170, lows down here on 445, but the past couple months has been a descending type stock. It has not made a higher high, and we just keep on moving downward. But I think this is the turnaround spot right here. If we can get back over this 180-day SMA line, we tried to get momentum twice over the past couple months, back in September and back in October, early October, I should say. But Now, as we head into November, I like to see this thing jump back over $8. I think that's the point of attack. And if we can get back over $8, I think this thing has more room to run to the upside. And with that being said, let's check out what's going on with it right now. Like I said yesterday, it jumped up to 780. During pre-market, fell to the downside off of earnings, and today we kind of saw a little bit of a jump this morning. It jumped from around this $7 area all the way up to 750, pulling back, and I think this is another area to watch for. Good resistance out there around 750. If we can jump up 750, I think that it'll pop back up to the 760 area and 770 and potentially even 780 where we saw it yesterday morning. But nevertheless, this is a name I want on your watch list. This is a name that I already have been in for a while. My entry point was back around 550, I want to say. Let me see here. Yeah, it was 557 was my average right now. I added here and there over time. So I am positive on the name, and I like to look at this stock as a long-term investment. More so, you can also trade this thing, which I'm also looking to do as well in my other account. So let's keep watching it the rest of this week. I think that if we can get back above this 780 area, I think that's something to watch. Let's pull up the past 20 days here. Yeah, so we obviously got some resistance here at 750. This is obviously a clean area. I'll draw that out right here at 750. So obviously that's where we're testing right now as we literally speak. So 750 is obviously a big area to watch for. Next area would be this 788. 790, let's try 788 where we popped to the other day just to make it even, and then the low of 668 that we fell down to. Pretty clear support and resistance areas for the most part, because it's not a very, very choppy mover. It's fairly slow. It's good to trade. It does get quite a bit of volume though during pre-market and after hour trading, but you can see we're trading in this middle to lower section right here, trying to break above into the upper section, but I think if we cross over this SMA line right here, I think that kind of shows us that we can get some more momentum going. See a breakout seems to be, I mean, it's just known that when you cross over into above an SMA line, it tends to be more momentum heavy to the upside. So I think that if we can get a good, nice cross over this SMA line, I think we can continue to move higher over the next couple days and couple weeks even. So I think that looking into getting into SoFi right now is not a bad option at all. I think there's a lot of upside in the short term. I think we're going to be seeing this thing go to 758, potentially even back up to the highs here around 873, and seeing double digits in the near future is definitely possible. Let's keep on trading this thing. Let's see what happens with it as we carry more momentum. It gets more recognition out in the just the world in itself, and also here in the stock market world, it'll get more volume and it'll be able to just become better for trading purposes. So I definitely think this is good to hold in your long-term portfolio. Definitely think it's good to see and check out in your short-term portfolio for trading purposes. So definitely do your own due diligence before jumping into this one. But I think that SoFi is a good name to watch out for. There's a lot going for it, and I think that this is something backed behind analysts. And not only that, but their CEO. There's a lot of upside potential with this name here, guys. So let me know what you guys think about SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI, in the comments below. Drop a like if you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.